paper, we will discuss the different aspects of the process of publishing. When we intend to write papers for journal publications, especially the aspects like planning, writing, proofreading, proofreading and sharing and revision and editing. So, to start, I would like to say you very categorically and clearly that it is a fact these days that an ever increasing number of manuscripts are submitted for publication, right? Each journal is receiving large number of papers, right? All reputed journals with high impact factors especially have much choice in selecting papers for publishing in their journal. So much so that, as per a rough estimate, we can say that these high impact journals accept less than 10% of the articles submitted to them. In comparison, if it is like a special issue, then it may be 40% acceptance rate. But for the general article, right, it is just 10%. 10% of the articles, right, are selected by them. And therefore, the process of preparing a quality manuscript well enough for its acceptance by a journal has become very scary. Many a time, a scholar tries quite a few journals, not one or two, before it is finally published. It is a commonplace that we communicate a paper and it is sometimes rejected right from the editor's desk, or sometimes after a peer reviewing it is rejected. So many a time, a scholar tries quite a few journals before it is finally published. Once a journal rejects an article, it becomes quite disheartening. So much so that a scholar's confidence is shattered. And in that situation, a scholar is compelled to revamp the entire paper and then reworking them afresh to submit them to a different journal before the manuscript is accepted finally. Now, in this situation, what I would suggest that do not rush. Do not rush to, submitting a manuscript for publication the moment you have crafted its conclusion. So you must wait. Take full care in preparing your manuscript flawless, right, impactful, thoroughly effective. Then only you proceed. What I say that a proactive approach and a positive attitude will decrease the chance of rejection and hence will decrease even the chance of disappointment. The way we are very meticulous, or the way we are meticulous in our research before crafting a conclusion out of that research, we have to maintain the same level of being meticulous, right? And show the same level of zeal while preparing a manuscript as well. We should not take it just casually. There are people who write papers casually, and it becomes difficult for them to publish their paper sometimes. This task includes a repeated reading of the manuscript intermittently. Suppose we have prepared the manuscript, then this manuscript has to be repeatedly read by us at regular intervals. This repeated reading of the manuscript helps detect the basic mistakes sometimes that we may commit due to oversight, and helps identify the snags and shortcomings that otherwise may remain unnoticed. So for that matter, it won't be a bad idea to discuss your manuscript with your lab mates and colleagues and get their feedback. Sometimes one may find that it clicks. It clicks so well, and things become clear suddenly. And occasionally, you may find that new ideas are emerging, new ideas are generated when you discuss among your colleagues in the same area, in the same field, working in the same field, which become, that is an asset, which become exceedingly essential and add value to one's research. So this is not a bad idea to consult our colleagues or lab mates before we finally send our manuscript for publication. You see, as regards quality, as academician, our endeavor remains committed to doing quality research that may advance knowledge in our research area. We generally do not compromise with that. We generally, feel from heart that we come to the expectation, right, where our work advance knowledge in that field of our research. Even though our work may be original and of high merit, sometimes we may not translate this into an impactful paper. So so I would suggest rather that the proper planning has to be done before we send the manuscript for publication, or proper planning has to be done in preparing the manuscript. And you'll find that the planning turns out to be an important tool in writing for general publications, right? This becomes an important tool, planning. You cannot neglect, right, the aspects of planning when you are trying to prepare your manuscript. Planning is the first stage in the process of publishing. You know, our aim remains to publish in reputed journals, no doubt about it, with high impact factor, right? That is, just 1 minute, I must give that is to get published in reputed journals like Scopus Index journals, like Web Science Index journals, like UGC Care List journals, etc. We always intend to publish in these high stand journals. Perhaps the single most important point in selecting a journal for manuscript submission concerns the fit between the journal and the manuscript. So, choosing a wrong journal may result into rejection of manuscript, and a right journal may result into acceptance of the same. So we must choose a proper journal, right, which matches the area of the manuscript with the area of the journal. Now, how to find this kind of journal, how to select a journal? This is an important part. And we must, right? I'll tell you that this you'll find a journal suitable for publication of your manuscript. You can find by, going to different sites. We can find appropriate journal with the help of journalfinder.elsevier.com, right? Elsevier Journal Finder helps you find journals that could be best suited for publishing your scientific article. You may also try sometimes, or people also try, or one may also search for a Springer Journal Finder, Taylor and Francis Journal Finder, and say there is Elsevier Journal list PDF is there. From those, you can always find the journals, you will have to supply some minimum information, right? You will have to supply some information. How to find the journal to publish in peer-reviewed literature could be accessed, as I said you, that find journals, intertitle. Hello? Hello? Oh. Intertitle and abstract of your paper to easily find journals that could be best suited for publishing your manuscript. Journal Finder uses smart search. That technology, smart search technology, and field of research specific vocabularies to match paper for scientific journals. So they would generally require the information like paper title, like paper abstract, like keywords that you are using in the manuscript. So like field of research, you can always refine your search. And then just enter the find journal. You will get a list of the journals relevant to your manuscript. Select the most suitable journal from the list of the journals that have been provided by the journal finder. And once the journal is selected, once you select the journal, then the second important aspect is read the aims and scope of the journal and author guidelines of your selected journal carefully. Read the aims and scope of the journal and author guidelines of your selected journal very carefully, right? Don't be casual in this, because second most important step to carefully read the aims and scope of the journal, this is second most important step under planning. As I said, your selection of right journal will increase the chance of having your manuscript being accepted for publication. And equally, if you choose a wrong journal, the chance of getting your manuscript being rejected is there. So another important aspect or step in this is to carefully go through the author guidelines, right? Go first the aims and scope of the journal, and then you go carefully through the author guidelines and ensure your manuscript conforms to them, right? Usually one paper out of 5 does not follow the format requirements. Now, especially, you'll find that the figures and table and references do not, conforms to the format of the journal. And these may lead to rejection of paper. The rejection of paper can come at different times, right? It may be through at one in first step, second step, it may be caught and may be rejected like that. It may so happen because you'll find that the rejection may come either from the editor's desk or may come from the peer reviews. So be careful. For instance, if your research objective is not in line with the aims and scope of the chosen journal, the manuscript face rejection from editor's desk. If your manuscript is not structured and formatted according to journal style, it may face rejection from the editor's desk. For that matter, if your manuscript does not have a reasonable standard of being able to satisfy the journal's publishing expectations or journal's standard, the manuscript may face rejection from editor's desk without being sent for peer review. So, rejections from editor's desk can be disheartening for authors, making them feel they have wasted valuable time and might even cause them to lose fervor or enthusiasm, whatever you call, for their research topic. Now, at this stage, we must take note of the fact that we have to be very careful that at least it is not rejected from the editor's desk, it goes for peer review and it comes with the proper comments. Then we may improve on the paper and may submit elsewhere for publications. Now, at this stage, sometimes what we find that the newest scholars they sometimes submit their research work or manuscript to more than one journal at the same time. Okay, suppose it is rejected from one publisher, then it will be accepted elsewhere. They think in that way. But that is against the ethics. Research ethics and policies of all scholarly journals, few, all, suggest that author should submit a manuscript to only one journal at a time, right? Doing otherwise can cause embarrassment, right? And lead to copyright problems for the author. This may be an embarrassment for the university or the college where you are working, right? It may be an embarrassment for the employer. And even it may sometimes become embarrassment for the journals those are involved in this, right? So we have to do proper planning, right? We cannot neglect things at the planning level. What we have to do, we have to find the proper journal. Proper journal, as I have said you, there are different sites where from you can get a list of the journals which matches the content of your manuscript in the relevant corresponding to relevant journal. And what I wanted to say you, once you select that, then you concentrate on writing part. First, the selecting of proper journal is very important. As I said you, that right selection of the journal would lead to acceptance of the manuscript for publication, and a wrong selection of the journal may cause rejection of your manuscript for publication. So you be careful in selecting journal, and after you have done that, after all the care that I have told you, if you have taken in the planning stage, then comes to writing. And see, there are few things. Number one, now develop your manuscripts based on the structure or pattern of the journal that you have identified, right? The journal that you have found, which matches your manuscript. So once you find, you have to develop your manuscript, right, according to their structure or their pattern, according to the structure and pattern of the identified journal. You can always tailor your writing to the journal's requirements and the leadership that you are expecting for your paper. This would always increase the chance of acceptance of your manuscript. So, what I say to you, tailor your writing to the journal's requirement, right? And increase the chance of getting your paper accepted for publication. The things like originality and novelty is very important. You see, the manuscript that has been developed should show the originality of work, should show the originality of work. Because, you know, these days there is a very tough competitions. So unless you are original, nobody cares, right? You cannot just publish things of low merit because they don't have the space to publish a paper, because they want, maintain their standard, they don't publish. Sometimes it may so happen that work may be very original, but it adds up to the existing knowledge, right? The work may not be original and it adds up to the existing knowledge. Then it is your duty to produce your manuscript or your work in such a way, proving that it adds up to the existing knowledge so that it is accepted for publication. What I said to you, originality is a must, novelty is a must, right? Even if that is not there, you have added the knowledge, right, to the existing knowledge in the area. I'm sorry, my voice is breaking. Hello, is it okay now? Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. What I say to you, that sometimes work may not be that very original, very novel, but then it adds to the existing knowledge. In that case, you have to make sure that you are able to communicate your point of view in a very clear term, right? Or should I be little louder? Is online? Okay. So let me just increase the sound. I think the sound level is increased. Is it okay now? My
Yes,
voice
sir.
is clear now. Okay. So this what I was telling. Yes, I was saying it may not be very original, very novel, but it adds up to the existing knowledge. Then, in that case, one has to make sure, right, that he or she is able to communicate his or her point of view in a very, very clear manner, in a very clear term. And it depends on your caliber to show that your work advanced knowledge in the designated area. Yes? Okay. In the designated area, and it is your caliber that will matter. Now, second thing, right, after you have developed your manuscript based on the structure and pattern of the identified journals, conveying either your work is very original, or even if it is not original, it is substantially adding up to the knowledge in the area. You have to consider the second thing is the get up of the paper, right? Get up of the paper is very important, like the most important aspects, which includes the paper, which includes the title and the abstract, right? Title and abstracts are also very important. Take its advantage in establishing the merit of your manuscript. These cast first impression. The title and the title and the abstract, you see, is very important. You take advantage, right? It gives the first impression, right? Generally, the editor sees these two elements before she decides to pass on your manuscript for peer review: the title and the abstract. If your title is not proper and the abstract is not reflective of the content of your work, then it may instantly be rejected from the editor's desk itself. So, in order to build up the get-up of the paper, you must put your attention on developing the title of the paper and in writing the abstract of the paper. Right. So, because the editor would see only the title first, right? And then he will go to the abstract. Editor may not always go through, the whole paper. In that case, we have to take care of title and abstract, that it is not rejected from the editor's desk. The title should summarize we have to keep in mind that the title summarizes the main theme of the article and reflects one's contribution to the area of research, right? Now, the abstract should be crafted carefully, right? And encompass the aim and scope of the study, right? The key problem to be addressed and the theory, the method used, the data set, key findings, limitations, and implications for theory and practice. Now, all these should include should be included in abstract. What I say to you, that your abstract should be carefully crafted, right? And should include the aim and scope of the study that you have taken up, or that you have developed in the manuscript, the key problem to be addressed, and the method used, and the data set that you have developed, the key findings, as well as the limitations and the implications for theory and practice. Now, this is very important, and all these must be reflected in the abstract. So, our title has been developed, our abstract we are developing in a proper manner so that it attracts the attention of the reader and it is not instantly rejected, at least from the editor's desk. Then comes the overall paper, the manuscript in the entirety, writing of the manuscript in entirety. So, when you write your manuscript, the full manuscript, the general part, you say, you must have the clarity. Clarity is very important. Clarity is noticeable quality of your manuscript, or for that matter of any scientific writing. So you have to be very clear in conveying the things that you want to convey out of your work. And then comes the language. Language of a paper is equally important, but rather this is related to clarity. So lucid and clear expressions are easier to read. This fact we all know, that if it is written very lucidly and if expressions are very clear, then we find that, okay, we can read it in one go. Otherwise, sometimes in research papers, what we find that you have to read not once, twice, 3 times, 4 times to understand what exactly author wants to convey. So that should not be there, that should be avoided. These creates, now what I said your language creates interest of the readers in your manuscript. Now, this never means that one should, in making our this paper very lucid and very good for reading, but then in doing so, right, we lose or we compromise with the concepts and technicalities of the paper. Right? So you should take care that in making. Yes, hello, Dr. Nangela Singha. Do you want to say something? Hello.
No, sorry, carry on, sir.
Okay. So what I said, this never means that one should dilute or compromise with the concepts and technicalities of the paper in making the paper very lucid. I mean, a very good language you are using, but then concept is lost. That should not be there. You must not, because your reader ship is, I mean, scholars of the area generally, right? Maybe sometimes some people from other areas read, but generally your paper will, readership is generally the experts in the area. A properly written manuscript, what I want to say, projects a professional image, right? Which attracts the reviewer's consideration in recommending its publication, right? So you should take care that your manuscript is written very properly, right? And it projects the professional image which attracts the reviewer's consideration, right? And an article submitted, an article submitted to a peer-reviewed journal will be scrutinized critically by the editorial board before it is selected for peer review, right? And I'll say you that usually 50% of the articles submitted to especially the Elsevier journals are rejected before they even reach the peer review stage. 50% is a very high, I mean, quantity of paper getting rejected. Now, these many papers are rejected, especially talking of the Elsevier journals, before it is reaching to peer review. Means most of the papers are generally rejected from the editor's desk. And one of the top reasons for this is the poor language. To take care of the language, clarity, as I said, you important, but the language is of course important, because this language only brings clarity. Though we are not compromising the concepts and the technicalities involved in the paper, but we should try as far possible to have a very good language. It should not be poor language, because that will be the basis sometimes, or most often that is the basis of getting our paper rejected. Now, as I said you about format, right? Every journal has its own format, right? Sorry. Journals have their own writing format. Once the journal has been identified, right, carefully go through some of the published paper of that journal. This is very, very important. If once you have identified the journal, you go to their homepage, see some of the papers, right, in that journal. That will give you the, I mean, those published papers will give you the exact idea of the format that they are following, right? So, also, you go this go through that journal's author's guidelines and strictly adhere to the prescribed format, right? Do not compromise, because if it is not in that format, they would sometimes outrightly reject from editor's desk. So do you take little care. If you don't want to get disappointed by getting rejected your paper, or if you don't want to be frustrated, then you take little care. 1 or 2 or 3 days doesn't matter, and then you see what I would say, that when you develop or when you build up the paper, right, then you take care of the current literature, right? Current literature and references. That is also, you should be well acquainted before you write your manuscript. Your manuscript should relate to key work that's already published, right? This would show how your contribution has been built on the previous work. The latest work done in the area should also be referred, right? That also should be referenced, right? The latest work, that so that the editors or the reviewers know that you have gone through the literature survey thoroughly before you are jotting down your manuscript. Literature review should take into consideration the current state of literature, right? Don't talk about recently. I mean, we are sometimes saying recently, right? Currently, this is the state of affairs, and we are referring 1990s journal or much earlier journal. So that should not be there. Don't talk recent research if you are citing or giving citations from the much older references, right? It is important to include recent references to highlight awareness of all the current developments in the literature that has taken place or that are taking place. This doesn't mean you can't include older reference. You can include older reference as well. There is no problem with that. Now, see, after taking care of this clarity, the language, the format, the current literature, we should also bother about the articulation of the entire things that we want to develop in the manuscript, or in developing the manuscript. Clearly, that articulation must be maintained. Developing the manuscript clearly and concisely is another important point, right? We should avoid harping on so many things at one time, right? Sometimes if people are impatient, they will involve so many things in one time. They want to, show that they have studied a lot, comprehensively everything. That should not be the motive, right? We should avoid harping on so many things, right? At what I said you at a given time. The good papers usually have one point to make. Keep in mind that good papers usually have one point to make. Original or novel things will be one only or two only. You cannot have so many things in one paper. They make that point, right? They make that point powerfully and back it up with evidence. Those who are writing with one point to make on their paper or manuscript. Now, introduction. After this, the introduction and the conclusion should be written. And introduction and the conclusion should always be written after you have developed the paper in entirety, because your introduction will be based on that. The paper, in entirety, the overall paper, right? And the conclusion will be also on the work that you are reflecting in your manuscript. So these two things, what I would suggest, you always take right at a later stage, and do not try to write introduction first or the conclusion first. Develop the manuscript thoroughly, because in that case, your manuscript will be much refined, right? So this thing you must consider. The other important thing is the methodology and experimental techniques. I would not be able to say much about the papers written in social sciences, but I would say about the science papers that experimental techniques, right, that we employ, or the employed methodology and approach, right, should be described unambiguously. What you have done, what experimental technique that you are using, you should categorically tell, you should tell the other constraints, right, in that technique. You must tell the other limitations of the experimentations and all, everything in clear terms. Now that would interest the reader. That would in fact attract the attention of the editors and the reviewers in understanding the whole thing. And therefore, even if little result may not be very, up to the expectation, they may accept your paper for publications. And the other things that comes is the figures and the tables. Like in scientific papers, right, do not we should not insert figures and tables in the running text of the manuscript, right? All figures and tables should be supplied separately, right? You all figures you make in, separately, all tables you make separately, and these this hello, yeah, these uh, all this, what I say, this should be left for this. So uh, anything is there. Okay. So what I said, you all figures and tables you supply separately. You do not give it in the running text. Let this be, right. This should be left to the technical team. They would insert the figures and tables at the proper place, right? And maintaining the economy of the space in journal. So let you should let this work on the technical staff. Figure numbers and its caption should be given below the figures, and table number and its caption should be given above the tables. And you also should, you should also supply the whole list of captions, right, for both tables and the figures separately on a separate sheet. Rather, you will be prompted when you will be, uploading your paper online. You will be prompted to do, they will direct you what to do when, right? So you can take care there. This is not a big problem. Then after your manuscript has been developed nicely, right, taking care of all things, planning and the writing part that you have taken care, right? Once you have developed, then you come for submission, online uploading of your paper, right? And this submission should be accompanied by a covering letter, right? Submission should be accompanied by a covering letter. Prepare a covering letter which should outline the main theme of the paper and describe the novelty of the paper, and also justifies the relevance of the manuscript for publication in the given journal that you are sending to. So this covering letter should be, very clear. What I said, you keep in mind that your covering letter, right, outlines the main theme of the paper, describes the novelty or the originality of the paper, or otherwise the advancement of the knowledge that your paper is going to make in the area of research, and also justifies the relevance of the manuscript for publication in that particular journal in which you are sending the manuscript. This is also very important. And once this covering letter is prepared, then you submit or upload your manuscript online with complete details in online submission system, right? Every journal has now these days online submission system. You go there, you submit it. In this online submission system, you will be continuously prompted, as I said you earlier, that to do what next. They will prompt you for the verification and submission of different items, one after another. You will have no problem in uploading the paper. These are designed in such a way that it is even the ordinary MScs students can upload their paper. Forget we all who are there in the research and teaching, we will be able to do certainly. Now, you will be, after you have uploaded your paper online, you will be provided with the manuscript number to keep track of your submitted articles, a specific number that they will be giving you. You can always keep track of your article, right? But through that number going on the site of this. Now, after the submission, now take you can take a sigh of relief, in the sense you can relax and be happy for some time, right? Unless the reviewers comment come or the editors comment come, because once you upload a paper, you find you are relieved. You see, so relax for some time, be happy, and then wait for peer review. Once the manuscript peer review will be done, if the editor does things are clear, then it will be sent for peer review, right? If not, then they will immediately send back the paper to you, right? That this is not suitable for publication in our journal. But otherwise, if it is clear from the editor's desk, they will send it for peer review. Once the manuscript passed through the editorial scrutiny, the peer review process will be initiated, right? And you can always keep track of your paper by visiting the journal site. Reviewing time may vary from journal to journal, so don't be that much eager to always immediately find the reply from the reviewers or to receive the reviewers' comment. You may visit the journal site to find approximate required reviewing time of the journal in which you have sent, right? Going through to their homepage, you go, and then you will find that. Then, once it has been reviewed, the decision will come. And based on the reviewer's recommendation, editor will convey the decision, which may be either, right, revision is required, or revision, or the paper is declined, right, rejected, or the paper is accepted for publication. Now, revision required means you have to revise the manuscript as per the comments of the reviewers and have to resubmit it, have to re-upload it after taking care of the revisions that has been suggested. And if it has been declined, then your manuscript is rejected in line with the reviewer's comment. Improve your overall manuscript and resubmit as a fresh manuscript, maybe in the same journal or somewhere else, right? But if it is accepted, this is the time to celebrate. This is the time to really become happy. If your manuscript has been accepted, your manuscript will be, after that, you, if it is accepted, it will be, I mean, some kind of editing will be done by the team, by the journal for final publication. And once that has been done, right, then it will be published. I mean, after you have to do little proofreading. So if revision is done under reviewer's comment, then you have to be again very careful. You see, the revision may either be a major revision or a minor revision. Address the revision diligently, right? It is imperative to address to all the comments received from the reviewers and avoid oversight. Be very meticulous, right, in addressing all the comments of the reviewer, and then resubmit the revised manuscript within the prescribed time, whatever time that the journal has given to you, because journal plans that if the paper comes after revision, we will adjust this paper in a particular volume or in a particular number, like that. So if it doesn't reach in time, then their things is disturbed, and they don't feel very happy, and then your paper may be delayed, right, from publication. So you see, you be careful that the manuscript that you have revised reaches the journal in time, right? This this sometimes revision, you may revise the paper and it again may come back for revision. So if you have not been very particular in addressing all the comments of the reviewers, so to avoid that, you be very meticulous, do the revision very diligently, in order that it goes, I mean, in one go it goes, it clears for publication. Now, after you have revised, prepare a letter stating the author's response. What is your response? That all the concerns of the reviewers and editors have been addressed, and this should be drafted carefully. The authors of the manuscript can agree or disagree with the comments of the reviewers. Sometimes reviewer may have not given a proper comment. In that situation, you may not be. But if typically, so what I say, the agreement is okay, it's encouraged. But suppose if you are not convinced of the reviewer's comment, you may not. You may rather, right, in that way, again ask the editor that I'm not convinced with this particular comment, and then you may submit. So what I say, always we may not be obliged to implement their recommendation, but they should, in all cases, right, be provided well or good justification for their course of action. And if the paper is accepted, as I said you, we are all very happy. Our paper has been accepted. You will get a galley-proof version of your accepted paper soon after some time for minor proofreading, corrections, etc. And your paper will be published. But then you be careful that when it comes for proofreading, you are not unattentive. You be very attentive, because once a full stop is left, or a comma is left, or some small mistake is there, spelling mistake, then it may not be again corrected after publication. So you have to be particular even for that. Now you can, after this is published, it is time for you to be happy and share your work and cite your paper. In the Other words, that's all, right? So I think you might have understood a little bit what I wanted to tell you about how to go through publishing this kind of, I mean, what measures we have to take before we publish, or what measure we have to take in preparing manuscript. And I said you that the planning is very important, writing is very important, title and abstract is important, right? All these are very important. You take care. I think it's okay. So thank you so much, all of you, those who are listening. I don't know how many of you are listening, but then thank you so much. And uh, if you have some query, you may ask, right? Or otherwise, you want, then I'll send it to you. Whatever I have spoken, that I may send to you, right? Through email, I mean, through your coordinator, on your coordinator's email, and you may in turn get this, what I have said you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Your presentation is marvelous, and all the participants are enjoying it, and they have some questions, sir.
Yes, yes, please, please.
We take a few questions and your WhatsApp and contact number with us. Then you will be they will be contact with you, sir.
Okay.
The question I am just putting, Abhishek Dev, putting a question: if any topic does not have enough literature review option, then is it possible to prepare good research paper, sir?
Why not? If it doesn't have, I mean, a sea of literature available in that area, that means much less work has been done, and that means that the one's work is very important. That is certainly going to contribute, and that would add to. I mean, this is an advantage. Rather, the field has not been explored. So any work that is being done may be original work or really contributing to that, towards the knowledge in that area.
Thank you, sir. Then Paushali Das having a question: before sending a manuscript to a journal, should we look for its impact factor or the citation the journal gets? Because sometimes it is seen that a journal having high impact factor have low citation. Please, sir.
You see, we always, we all know that the impact factor is a measure of the frequency with which, the average article in a journal has been cited in a particular year, right? So if the impact factor is high, means the reference, as far as my understanding goes, always the references are more, citations are more, right? So one always, should feel proud or happy if he's able to publish in a high impact journal, right? So rather that should be the motive also.
Okay, sir. Then next question put by Meghna Punia. She has three questions together.
Yes.
Please just explain how part of methodology in the manuscript to be mentioned and papers for journals.
I couldn't get you. Please, would you repeat it? Yes.
I also, sir, confused with this question. Can you please explain again the part of how should we mention our methodology in the manuscript and papers for journals?
Okay. I've mostly talked about the scientific papers. So for scientific papers, generally methodology is nothing but the experimental techniques, right? Sometimes suppose we are using some experimental technique, then we must be able to, convey in our manuscript that we have done employing this particular experimental technique. We must, mention in our manuscript what was the accuracy level of that instrument, or what other errors that might have crept in, right, in our readings or observations. all those parts should be categorically told. If you tell it categorically, all these parts, then probably the reviewers becomes happy, because even if your result is little deviated, they feel that you are very, I'll say that honest in telling that this has happened because of this, right? And this would increase the chance of your paper being accepted. And that is rather not only for being accepted, but otherwise under, it is a good ethics to do that.
Sir, now I put the last question put by the participant. If
Yes.
we get very few references, say 2, 3, can we write the paper by referring only this reference? Chitra Langam put these questions.
Yes, yes, certainly, right? Even if we have found very few literatures, and if we have thoroughly surveyed and we don't find, we must do 2, 3 literature. You know, if your work is very novel, right, you may have very less number of references, right? Or if your area is very new, that you may have much less number of references. So nothing to bother about. Even few references, 4, 5 references are there, means it doesn't dilute the standard of the paper, rather it enhances the quality of the paper, right? So don't bother about that. Thank you so much, really.
Thank you, Hassan Askari, sir. And
Thank you,
we are
Ravi.
delighted for your presentation, and we are lucky to hear you.
Thank you so
And
much.
sir, you are just to communicated by our coordinator for other assignments. I convey my gratitude to you,
Thank
and
you so
sir,
much.
we will communicate your WhatsApp and email to the participant who are ready to discuss some matters with you. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Thank you
Wish,
so much.
wish you good health and your family.
Thank you so much. Stay safe in this kind of situation that we are faced with, right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, really. Thank you. Thank you. See you. Good night. Okay. Should I close it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good evening to Professor Dr. Manohar Iqbal, Deputy Librarian, Tezpur University, Tezpur. Welcome you, sir. Welcome you, sir. Iqbal, sir. Sound, sir, sound.
Sir, you are not audible, sir. Sir, you are not audible. Dr. Iqbal, sir. You are not audible, sir. Perhaps, sir, you have to reconnect again. You have to reconnect again. You have to log out and then log in again.
Sir, you are visible, but audibility is not. Amrani.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir. Now you are audible, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible and visible. Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Sir, a few minutes for formalities.
Yeah.
We welcome you, sir, to this virtual platform. Dr. Manohar Iqbal, Deputy Librarian, Tezpur University, Tezpur. He will deliver his lecture on UGC Consortium for Academic Research Ethics Care, maintaining quality criteria of journal and protocol to enlist journal in UGC care list. Dr. Iqbal is working as a Deputy Librarian at Tezpur University, serving as Secretary of Tezpur University Publication Cell, Tezpur University, Assam. Prior to present position, he worked as librarian at Indian Institute of Management, Rohtak, Haryana, one of the leading India's institute, and he has served as of Integrated Academy of Management and Technology, Ghaziabad, UP. Sir, you did your Bachelor of Librarian Information Science and Master of Librarian Information Science and PhD in Librarian Information Science from Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. You also did your MA Urdu from Manu University, Hyderabad. You had guided numbers of master dissertation at IGNOU. You successfully completed UGC major research projects, and you had a number of publication in your credit. You published 11 books and edited books and over 35 research paper and articles in various national and international journal and conference proceedings. Dr. Iqbal is a member of editorial committee of many reputed journals and also acts as a reviewer of index journals. He is editor of International Journal of Library Management and Services and founder editor of Gyankush, the Journal of Library and Information Management. His contribution to the profession and imparting of knowledge is significant, as he had organized number of national and international academic events, including seminar, conference, and workshop, etc. Dr. Iqbal is also active member of many national and international professional associations and organizations, including ILA, ALA, ManLibNet, and Society for Advancement of Librarianship, SAL, etc. Sir, your academic career is a very impressive to the new generation, and participants are ready to listen to you. And now you just do your lecture your way, sir. Welcome you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dev, for kind introduction about me. Good evening and welcome to all of you to this online national workshop on improving scientific research writing and publication skills, jointly organized by IQAC Cell SS College, Hailakandi, and Indian Council of Social Science Research, Northeastern Regional Center, Shillong. First, I would like to thank Dr. Golab, coordinator of this national workshop, and also principal of SS College, for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this workshop. It's pleasure to me here. I thanks to all members for organizing such a wonderful workshop. The theme of hello, am I audible? Hello.
Audible, sir.
Okay.
Very clear sound, sir.
Yes,
No?
yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. So, so it's pleasure to me here. I thanks to all organizing member for organizing such a wonderful workshop. The theme of workshop is really very nice and useful, like useful for research scholars, particularly in the research scholars and other academicians. So also this workshop, I think we are covering how to improve our scientific research writing and publication skills. So really it is a very inciting and useful for all academicians, especially research scholars, those who are doing PhD and also newcomers. So as you have already learned so many things related to scientific research writing and publication skills, technical skills and plagiarism tools, table and tools, and also the publication ethics from the eminent speakers. So yesterday, I have seen that yesterday Dr. Abhijit Devnath had discussed about the selection, selection of an appropriate journal UGC care list, and he highlighted what good journals and difference between the good journals and right journals. So that was the very good, that presentation was very important for the research scholar. So just we have seen that we have learned by the presentation of Professor H. Asghari Saab regarding journal publication and process of publishing, planning, writing, proofreading, and share, and revising and editing, all things. And after, one of the important issue is where you have published your research paper. That is the most important. So now I have assigned a topic, UGC Consortium for Academic and Research Ethics, that is care, maintaining quality criteria of journals and protocol to enlist in UGC care list. Basically the topic is divided into 3 parts. Like first is UGC Consortium for Academic and Research Ethics. That's the main important thing, is academic and research ethics. And in this section, I think we will learn about the UGC care, what is the objective, background, development of UGC care, also what is the need of UGC care list, and also what is the organization and structure of UGC care. Second, then we will discuss what is the process and procedure of submission of new journals title to UGC list, and what is the protocol, and what are the quality criteria and protocol to enlist the journal in UGC care list. And also we can discuss, and what are the, and also we will discuss that how can we search the predatory and devious and questionable journal, like journals and publisher which has been listed in UGC care website. So, and also I will discuss what are the tools, strategy to avoid the predatory publishers before submitting your research article or research paper. And then finally, I want to show you, then I will show you a live demo on UGC care website regarding registration process, searching journals, finding of clone journals from the UGC care. So first, I think we are already aware that what is UGC care, why UGC care has been established. And I think almost all researchers and academicians are familiar with UGC cares. So what is the basic need behind the establishment of UGC care? So as we are aware that scholarly journals play an important role in maintaining the quality and integrity of research by what they published. Unethical practice in publishing are leading to an increased number of predatory, devious, and low quality of journals worldwide. So it has been reported that percentage of research article published in predatory journals in India. not India, but we can say that percentage is high as compared with other country, other Western world. So the University Grant Commission, UGC has developed, earlier UGC have developed a approved list of journals, all are already familiar, which has been criticized. So that journal, that list, approved list of journal was, uh, has been criticized due to inclusion of many substandard. I means that many low quality of the journals. They have developed a, so they have that time they had developed a protocol which objective criteria for identifying the journals that do not follow good publication practice. And I think one article that has been published, that the author was Professor Bhushan. He is the vice chairman of UGC. He studied around, he has studied 1336 journals randomly selected from the 5669 in the university source component of the UGC approved list. That time the UGC was, UGC listed 5699 journal from the different sources. So he analyzed that 1009 journals after excluding 3 to 7 index in the scope, in the Scopus and Web of Science, after the excluding of the Web of Science and Scopus database, about 34% or 35% of journals were disqualified under the basic criteria because of incorrect and non-availability of research information such as like address, website details, name of editor, and also another 52% of percent of them provide false information, such incorrect information, ISSN, incorrect ISSN, false claim about impact factor, claimed indexing in dubious indexing database, or had a poor credential of editor. So the result suggested that over 88% of the non-indexed journal in the university source component of the UGC approved list included on the basics of the suggestion from the different university are low quality. So in view of that result, UGC approved list of journals where need serious reconsideration that time. So the new regulation to curtail the unethical practice from the different organization and institute, and also unethical publication ethics at Indian University and Research Institute. And that was the wrongly. So then the UGC attempt to prepare the list of credible Indian journals, those expert committee of disciplines such as arts, literature, language that are not covered in the Scopus and Web of Science is commendable. However, even though it is constituted that the best indicator, that time they feel that this is the best indicators, but the approach and methodology for the entire exercise of approving the list of journal should be more careful. The following the experience guide gained from the analysis, this kind of a study, and UGC UGC think about the analysis criteria. So they examine the content of Indian, also they included that time the Indian Citation Index. You are only familiar with that, the Indian Citation Index. And that time they analyzed the content of Indian Citation Index, which were suspected could be another sources of subscribed journal in UGC listed. So that study was primarily diagnosed to examine the non-indexed journal. UGC care include excluded journal index in like science and like Web of Science as Scopus database. However, Even Scopus Web of Science database seems to include the few predatory and subscribed journals. Therefore, UGC realized to examine them an urgent need for coordinate effort with the publication of all stakeholders like universities, institutions, and also different organizations, including research scholars and different regulators, body, and academicians to stop the illegal journals. So therefore, journal from the university source component, except those already indexed Scopus and was cancelled. Are you familiar with that? And withdrawn from the UGC approved list of journal. So then the UGC established a Center for Publication Ethics to create wider, larger awareness regarding GPP among the faculty and students, so that the rapidly growing predatory publishing business like that pay and published culture should be stopped. So then the quality UGC declared that the quality mandate of the UGC emphasized the importance of promoting high quality of research and creation of new knowledge by faculty member, promoting the important by faculty members. For this purpose, UGC has issued a public notice on 28 November 2018 regarding the setup of consortia for academic research and ethics care. The main task of the care is to improve the quality of research in Indian University, to promote the academic and research integrity, as well as the publication ethics. So the old UGC approved list of journal has been replaced with the new UGC care reference list of quality journal with the effect from 14 June 2019. And the important thing is that the research publication only from the journals index UGC care list will be considered for any academic purpose. Academic purpose means for promotion, for selection, for API purpose. So the only UGC care list will be acceptable for the academic purpose. So the UGC had also give the guidelines to the all stakeholders, to the all selection vice chancellor, selection committee and screening committee, and also all research scholars and supervisors to involve the academic promotion and evaluation and assessment are advised to ensure that the decision in the case of selection and promotion and credit allotment award of the research degree must be based on quality of published work rather than just number of means quantity of peer journal, or that is. So this is the just like a brief introduction about the UGC care. Now I am coming to the what is the structure and what is the organizational structure and what is the part of the UGC care list. So my hello, my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Huh?
Yes, sir. It's okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is it-
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, I think background and development I have already covered. Then objectives of the UGC CARE to promote the quality of research and academic integrity and ethics in the university. And also the main objective of the UGC CARE is high quality, to promote the high quality of publication in reputed journals, and also to develop the approach. So this is the basic objective of the UGC CARE list. So the needs and UGC CARE list, is also, I have already covered that. The important thing is that the credibility of the research, and also the problem of predatory based journals, and also the substandard journals. All these are the important things which is listed, which is developed for the UGC CARE list. So the main, hello. हेलो, कनेक्ट खत्म हो गया क्या, देखना.
Okay, sir.
Sir, you are audible. Please continue.
Okay, okay, okay.
Sir, you are audible.
Hello.
Sir, please continue.
So
Sir.
yes, coming, yes, okay. The organization and a structure, organization of the UGC CARE. Actually, UGC had formed a EC, Empowered Committee, UGC, that is UGC CARE Committee, to supervise the functioning of UGC CARE. The same committee will govern to active for functioning of the UGC CARE, and the UGC CARE. The same committee will be govern the activities of UGC cell for the journal analysis at SPPU Pune, Savitri Bhai Phule University Pune. So the first is the major committee is UGC CARE EC committee. So the EC, actually the EC consists the representative of statutory council, all different statutory council government bodies in like different subject like social science, arts, humanities, and also like ICAR, ICMR, and Infinite, and these are the member of the EC committee. Responsibility of the journal analysis to center of the publication ethics. Also, I have said you that Pune is the SPP University Pune for creating and maintaining the UGC CARE list. So next the UGC have consists the UGC CARE Council member, and these member are about 30 member of different academic and government bodies in social science and science, like Indian Council of Social Science Research, and in ICHR, ICMR, IGNO, and also JNU, and also University of Baroda, and also our university, Tezpur University, is also the member of UGC CARE Council, UGC CARE Council member. So then, UGC have a UGC CARE University. So the thing is that which are the state covered by the particular UGC CARE university. So they have divided 4 parts, like East Zone, West Zone, South Zone, and North Zone. So East Zone, we are in the East Zone, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Bihar, and then West Zone like Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, and Madhya Pradesh, and so on. So and another is the UGC cell. Another important in the infiltrated center. So infiltrated center, Gandhinagar, is serving as a supporting body to analyze the develop the UGC CARE list. So the next is the structure of UGC CARE list. Previously, you know very well that earlier there were 4 groups in the UGC journals, but now UGC compromised the CARE list in 2 main groups, Group 1 and Group 2. The journal submitted by the UGC CARE Council member and university would be analyzed by the UGC cell. So in this, so now I have said the UGC CARE list now has only 2 groups instead of original 4 groups to simplify the research process, and they are not a hierarchic or ranked group. So in this UGC, UGC CARE list, UGC Group 1, the journal are classified into 5 major subjects, which are, I think, total 1141 journals are included. And anyone can check the subject-wise appropriate journal from your areas from the UGC CARE website. So, we have received the number of query from the research scholar. Sir, how many journals, particular Indian journals, are listed in the UGC website? And I want to only in a CARE list. Okay, I want to publish Indian-based CARE list journals. So, I recommend that in this UGC CARE website, each and every things are available. So if you see that the website at present, the science subject covering 329 journals, social science 265, and arts and humanities are covering 311, and also they have a multidisciplinary listed journals, that is 36, around 36, and also they have include different Indian language, like around 200 journals. So, and this is the about of the UGC CARE Group 1. Now the next is UGC CARE list Group 2. So the UGC CARE list Group 2 journal indexed in globally recognized database like Scopus, Web of Science, and MLA. So if you see that the list of Group 2, and there are 3 links. Once you click the link, then you will get the list of Web of Science index journal, list of Scopus journals, and MLA journals. So as we are familiar with that, Web of Science and Scopus is one of the largest citation database. So in this Web of Science, they have a 3 category. There are 3 categories, like arts, humanities, citation index. So in this arts and humanities citation index, around 21,000 journals are included, and also science citation index and also social science citation index. And next is Scopus reference, Scopus source, Scopus database. In this Scopus database, around 4,000 approx journals which is listed in it, which is listed in this website, and also MLA database. I think 160 journals are listed. Now I'm coming that updating of UGC care list. So this UGC care list is not a static. This is a dynamic. This is a list. This is a dynamic. So it shall be updated quarterly. The 1st January, April, July, and October. Another, if any holidays, then on the next working day, if any match with the holidays every years. So, and also one point important thing is that earlier we are thinking that all Scopus listed journals are included in UGC care list. No. After the analysis in the March and also the April and July, they have excluded some journals which is listed in UGC, which is listed in Scopus. So the other important thing is that how we can submit our journals to UGC care list for inclusion, and what is the process and procedure for submission of new titles to UGC care list. So the thing is that anyone, you can submit your journal title in the UGC care list. So though important category, individuals and also publishers, right? And but the recommendation of your journals and titles shall be rounded through affiliated college and university. So the first process is that university and college can recommend the journals through IQAC cell only. That means the teaching faculty from the university can recommend the journal following prescribed submission format. So the submission of the format is available on the internet, on the website. So you can, anyone can download, and then accordingly they can apply to the UGC care. Then next, first thing is that the recommended of the journals and title, you kindly noted that shall be routed through university and college as college. So in this university, IQAC cell of the university maybe will be recommended journals as title to respective regional center UGC care cell. Then also the affiliated college like IQAC cell may recommend this journal title if found suitable to the parent university and university's IQAC cell. The parent university IQAC cell may forward. It is not necessary they will forward. It may be forwarded recommended journal or title if found suitable to respective regional UGC care center, like for UGC care university, UGC care university, and our Tezpur University is one of that. So after that, and also the publisher, important, the publisher, if in the case of the publishers, publisher can also submit the title through the IQAC cell of an affiliated college or affiliated college of IQAC cell of the with the prescribed submission process, and with the important thing is that with the recommendation of faculty and faculty members, yeah, and any professors. So the thing is that what is the process, means that what kind of process they are following. That the first, the UGC Care Council, each Care Council member think that they evaluate the journal as per the UGC protocol part 1 and part 2. Then I will discuss after that. Then part 2 is the primary criteria. Part 1 is the basic criteria of the group 1 and group 2. Then if found that suitable title, then they can submit necessary information through Care portal. And each Care Council member also follow the procedure to add the journals. Like that, UGC Care member has validated the academic quality of the journals or title and must state the reason of recommendation. If found the suitable, if found it is suitable, then members shall submit the basic information about the journal title on the UGC portal. Here the important thing before the submission is that the submission of process for the consideration of inclusion of new journal will not confer any right for being included in the UGC Care list. The inclusion of the journal in the UGC list would be solely on the basis of the criteria. And important thing is that the final decision regarding the inclusion or exclusion of journal shall be solely vested with the UGC Care EC member and the UGC Care member. So if they found that good quality of journal, then they will definitely include after the analysis of the protocol. And also thing is that anyone can, if you find the good quality of journal is missing, it may be and it can be submitted by the prescribed submission process. If any undeserved journal found anywhere in the list, then anyone can be reported to the UGC Care list. Then the important thing is thing is that analysis protocol for selection and addition of journals and titles. So I think after submission, before the submission, we should aware about the protocol. So the protocol to enlist the journals in the UGC Care. So as I already said you that every title submitted by the UGC Care Council member and UGC Care University will analyze by the UGC cell at SPPAU as per the protocol of the journal analysis approved by the EC member. So the protocol is divided into 3 parts. This is the UGC Care protocol part 1. It covers the basic information, and then UGC Care protocol part 2 primary. This is the primary criteria of the journal, and then UGC Care protocol part 3. This is the secondary criteria of the criteria. So in this UGC Care protocol part 1, the basic part 1 of the analysis protocol actually designed to obtain the basic information information about the journals from the university and college. So this basic information is like journal title, journal's board discipline, journal's broad discipline and focus subject, name of the publisher, country of origin and registered address, journal language, publishing frequency, editor name, editorial office address, phone number, email, and website, and also current status, means that date of the last publication, print and online both, and also ISSN and other registration like IRNI, COPE, and UGC CARE, etc. So in this first UGC protocol, the basic information at the time of submission, it is the required, the 10 basic, the 10 basic requirement is that. And then the second thing is the part 2 and part 3 of the protocol are to be used for internal analysis purpose and assessment purpose, which include the verification process, critical appraisal using sequential algorithm, alignment process, and the weightage based matrix on the scale 10. So the basic thing is the basic objective, the objective assessment of the quality of any journal as per part 2 and part 3 of the protocol is based on the verification of information regarding its history, consistency of the journal, peer recognition, market reputation, academic and credential of the editor, peer reviewed process, indexing, citation, and charges, fees related, all another financial matters. So they will definitely this kind of things they will analyze. And so the information, the thing is that where the UGC care person, UGC care center get this kind of information at the time of analysis. So the information required for the journal analysis as per part 2 and part 3 section of the protocol, they will obtain directly from public domain like website and different flyer, advertisement, and hard copy of the journals in different places. But the stakeholder or publisher, they will not aware. Okay, and then the UGC care list, and then up. So I think this is the protocol. Then the other important thing is that this is the part 1, part 2, and part 3. So the important thing is that how to assess the quality of journals and how to assess a journal quality of quality of journal to enlist journal in the care. So care like part 2 and part 3. So you first thought that selection is probably to shortlist a journal. To shortlist a journal that report the best research in the field that will reach your target audience. The good quality of journal would be most read and talked about once. So therefore, you can assess we can assess the journal quality of 3 main focus. Point. One is the peer citation analysis, then peer analysis, then circulation and coverage, a standardized research and reporting framework, journals ranking is also important, and where is the discussion platform, and last is references. So the question is that what is the principal transparency of best practice in scholarly publishing. So this is the most important criteria for enlist the UGC KRJ list, and UGC is following this principle of transparency and the best practice in scholarly publication. If you've seen that the Committee on Publication Ethics, COPA, and Directive of Open Access Journals, then the Open Access Scholarly Publisher Association and WAME, World Association of Medical Editors, WAME, are a scholarly organization that they have seen increase the number and broad range of quality, and they have collaborated to identify the principle. They have collaborated to identify the principle of transparency and the best practice for scholarly publication, to clarify that these principle from the basic of criteria by which suitable for the membership is accessed by COPE, DOG, and OSA. So before the submitting your journal, I think there are number of criteria, but COPE Center Committee of Publication Ethics have 16 criteria, and also UGC Care Center is UGC Care is following this criteria before the enlist of the journals. And so this is the covered in the, this is the part of protocol 2nd and 3rd. So the first important criteria for the selection of journals and for the 2nd and 3rd protocol is the website of the journal. Means that publisher or any society publishers should have a dynamic website of the journals, and in this website they should clear mention that aims and objective of the journals, and also you know that that including the text that contain all shall they should demonstrate that care has been taken to ensure the high ethical and professional standard. It must non-contain information that might mislead readers or authors, including any attempt to mimic another journals. And so the important thing is that your journals have a clear-cut aims and scope and this aims and scope statement should be included, should be mentioned, should be put on the website and and it should clear that readers clearly defined. There should be a statement on what a journal will consider for publication, including the authorship criteria and not considering the multiple submission. This kind of information, like, and also ISSN should be clearly displayed on your website, and also some important like a history of the journals, editorial journals, and editorial can also editorial board and should determine the journal of publication, journals for publication. Also consider the content information of journals. So the thing is that is there, and also important is that address. So is there physical address are posted on the journal website? So nowadays the last September, last month, UGC reject around 8 journals, 8 or 9 journals, particularly this month, based on the incorrect information on the website. But so they included this journal as a own journals or predatory journals. So we should take care about the website. So about the website. Another important is the name of the journal. Name of the journal name should be unique, not to be one that easily confused with another journals. Then is the another third is the peer review journals. Peer review journals, we are already familiar with this. The journal content must be clearly marked as a whether peer review or not. Peer review is defined as a obtaining advice on individual manuscript and reviewers expert in the field who are not part of the journals. So this process as well as the policy related of the journal's peer review procedure should be or shall be clearly described on the journal's website, including the method of peer review also. Then sorry. Then fourth point is ownership and management. The ownership of management means information about the ownership and management of the journal shall be clearly indicated on the journal website. Publisher shall not use organizational or journal's name that would mislead the potential author and editor about the nature of the journals and owners. So the important thing is that each journal published by an established publisher or recognized professional society. So we know that the quality of journal are published by the established publisher or professional societies. So the important thing that we should know that the publisher and professional, anyone should know that the reputation and of the publishers and professional societies which they are publishing. So then the governing body, the journal shall have a broader or other governing body whose member are recognized expert in the subject. The full name of the affiliation of journals, editorial boards, and governing body should be provided on the journal's website. Another thing is editorial team and contact information. Sometimes we found that the contact of the editorial member is not mentioned on the website or in the journals. So journals or publishers shall provide the full name and affiliation of the journal's editor and editorial member and should be put on the journal website as well as the office address, including the full address. Then the important thing is sixth is the editorial team. And then the seventh is the copyright and license. This is also important. The policy of copyright also should be clearly stated in the author guideline and copyright holder name of the all published article. So I think almost all publishers, they have a copyright and license document on the website, but it should be clear that. Another is the important is author fee. Any fee or charges that are required, that are needed, that are to be required for manuscript processing or publishing material in the journal shall be clearly stated in the website. in so the next is the publication. So next is the process for identifying and dealing with the allegation of the research misconduct. So publisher and editor shall take the responsible steps to identify and prevent the publishing of paper where research misconduct has occurred and occurred, and including plagiarism and citation manipulation and data fabrication among the others. So in no cases shall a journal or its editor encourages such as misconduct. So every publisher or stakeholder or society-based or university publisher shall follow the COPE guidelines in dealing with any such kind of things. So next 10th is the publication ethics. I think already does. The journal posted the statement. The publisher should posted the journals posted the publication ethics. It is very important. So does the journal have a publication ethic statement regarding the publication practice posted on the website? And also does the journal posted procedure for handling of author publication misconduct on the journal website? So this kind of things should be mentioned on the website. Then publishing. Hello, yes. Hello. Okay. Then the publication schedule should be clear mention on the website, like periodicity and access also. And also important that the access policy should be defined on the website. Then another important, archiving. So the archiving, the does journals follow the good publishing or not? And another is the revenue source. The revenue source means that which kind of business models or revenue source are source, like author's fee, subscription fees, advertising fees. So it should be clear that it shall be clearly stated or stated. Otherwise, the evidence on the journal website. So journal website, the publishing fees or waiver fees should not influence the editorial decision making. Next is advertising. Advertising journal shall also state, publisher shall also state their advertising policy if the relevant, including what type of advertisement will be considered and who make the decision regarding the acceptance, and whether they linked to the content or reader's behavior or displayed at the random. So then the last important thing is direct marketing. Direct marketing means any direct marketing activity which are following the publisher, including like advertising and other things, including that should be mentioned on the website, and that are mentioned, and it shall be appropriate to mention and well targeted, and information provided about the publisher or journal is expected to be truthful and no misleading reader or authors. So these are the basic criteria for the evaluation of journals, and UGC is following these journals as a protocol 2 and 3. So the 2 and 3. And some other important criteria before the submission of your journals to the UGC CARE. So we should aware that does the journal content article meet the criteria for scientific and rigorous and editorial quality. And next is important is journal published by established publishers and recognized society, and which citation database index of your journals, and what is the reputation of the editorial board is also important. And does because of if you seen that the I mean if you seen the forms of UGC CARE for applying the CARE list, they in these forms, one important thing is that publication of the editor. They ask you to submit the for publication of the editor. So, does the journal require review publication fees? If any, then it should be clear mentioned. And are there instruction of authors and other helpful? And what is the publication history of the journals? And does journal allow the free access of the article under the open access policy? So this is the mainly basic criteria about criteria and protocol for enlisting these journals. So I think before the submitting, we should think about that, and after and this kind of information should be available on the website. So I think this section is covered. Now I am going to show you the how to register with CARE UGC CARE website. Yeah, so my screen is visible. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the forms format for recommendation of any new journals. So if you see that this is the basic information about that title, journals, publication, which language, and journal starting year, कब से शुरू हुआ, current issues, and also publishing frequency, means weekly, monthly, and nature of the publication, like print hai ya online hai ya both. Then you should have, if you have a EISSN number, RNI number, or any kind of link, then ISSN, then you have to mention. Then next part is that subject detail, like detail our subject discipline, and also discipline in science, arts, and also then these are the important. But the important thing is that here first publication, if publication of the editor, if you see that if the publication are not available online, then provide for publication of published journal last 10 years, excluded published by editor in the journal of which he or she is in charge of the publication. Then this recommendation, and then you can forward from the IQAC cell and then definitely it will go to the analysis of protocol 2 and 3 and then they will get the information regarding the information of general from the website or any other sources. Then I'm coming to screen is visible. Hello.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the main. This is the home page of UGC CARE website. And first, if you you want to, so the important thing is in how you can search the journals from this UGC CARE list. So and how you can find the index journals of Web of Science and Scopus journals. So before that, the important thing is that you must registered with. You have to register with UGC CARE, and after the login, then you can see that. Before the login, then you can't see that. So suppose this is login page. So for the registration, my suggestion is that all research scholars, you should register with this UGC CARE website. So then I have already account. Then I just click the password. If you don't have a account, then you can register by clicking this URL, this URL. Suppose, for example, just you can click and you can register with this title, email ID, and so on and so on. Then you can submit, and then you will get the confirmation in your email. This is the simple. So then important thing in how we can search the UGC CARE list. First, then I said you that first it's required for login and password. Then I'm going to log in to then login. Then I have login, and you can see that the UGC CARE list, group 1 and group 2. So group 1 for group 1 you can search by clicking the search. So this is the this is the list from this web page. You can find your journals, and this is the categorized like title, ISSN, publisher, and subject and language. So it is, I have already mentioned that it is divided into 5 categories: science, social science, and multidisciplinary subject, and language also it is important. So then you just click here, the group 1. The group 1 have this, and then if you know the publisher, ISSN number and subject, like then you can click here like management, and you can search, click here, and you will find the list of journals. You can see that 50 journals which is related to the management subject. Another some important thing is then group 1 is that this, if you want to see the recently added journal, then just click here the recently added journal. You will get the information about the recently added journal. That is 32 journals are recently added in the UGC CARE list. Then And also important that if you want to see that, if anybody want to see the recently discontinued journals, is one of the, so the last month the UGC had 16 journals discontinued because of these journals are not following the protocol and following the research ethics. So from this website, if any research scholar, if you want to, any research scholar want to publish your paper in this UGC, in the journals, first you have to see that which journals are discontinued, because of the, it is a ongoing process, it's not a statics. Every month, every time, every quarterly, UGC updating the list of journals, updating the journals. Then another important and then they said UGC cell has clearly mentioned that UGC cell analysis COPE has been notified that the colon journal, that duplicate journals on the various print and online journals. So the thing is how you can see that the duplicate and colon journals. So that just search here, click here. Sorry. Just click this. If you, after clicking, you can see that the clone journals. First, that the title of ABRU. So this is included in UGC list, UGC care list. But another duplicate journals, like the name of the journals is ABRU journals. Here is the ABRU original journals. What ABRU journals is the clone journals. So this is the list of clone journals. So some mistake minor. This is the suppose Juni, suppose you see that Mukh Shabd. This is, I think, Marathi journals. This is the original journal, and then is the Mukh Shabd journal. So this is the fraud journal. If you can click this, then so before the submitting, you should aware the duplicate and clone journals which are listed on the website. So next is that the important thing, how we can find out the subject-wise journals. Search, click here. Suppose Assamese, then just click. Sorry, home. Then just like Urdu. Then you will get the list of Urdu journals, Indian language journals. Then the next part is that UGC care list group, list group 2. In this 2, I have already mentioned that arts, humanities, and database. Then from here, you can just click that Scopus source list. Just click here. It's coming. So this is the Scopus database, and near about 41317 journals are listed, and you can filter from the journals from these categories. And also any researcher can create the account of this, and you can download from the download the Scopus source list from by clicking this link. And also you can find out the highest and highest percentile and citation and other things. Then if you click this link, then you will find the Web of Science list of Web of Science from here. Then you can category like agriculture, engineering, then you will find the list of journals related to this subject, right? And this is the master list of list which is indexed in the Web of Science. So then if you can log in, then you will see the entire list of journals. Third one is the MLA. MLA also UGC included recently the MLA. It has, I think there is a 166 journals related, 160 journals, I think. Yeah. Okay, 163 journals is covering. So these journals from the Directory of Periodicals from the Modern Language Association, and this is the qualified in accordance with the UGC CARE protocol. Then important thing is that if you want to new submission, then just click here and you will get the detailed information about the how you can submit your journals for the enlistment. Then here the contact detail is available. Then this is the zone wise detail, north, east, south and east zone. And then from here you can click the submission, then you will get the submission forms. And also you can get the information related to the protocol and other things. So the main important thing is that before the submission, researcher should aware about the listed journals in UGC CARE. Also you can find out the find out the information regarding the UGC CARE, like notice and other things from this corner of this website. So this is the basically portal of UGC CARE list. So I think this is very useful, and where you can find out your journals. So we should aware these things, and accordingly you have to prepare your article to publish in UGC CARE list. Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
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 Hello, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
am
Yes,
I
sir.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the about the website of UGC CARE. So the next important thing is that we all researchers should aware about the predatory and like that's dubious journals or publishers. So we should aware that. The thing is that so we know that the main goal of the predatory journals is profit. They attempt to deceive author to publish for a free fee without providing the peer review or editorial board service. So the some common characteristics of the predatory journal is that they should claim to be the peer review. Every time they claim to be my journal is peer review, it is open access publication, but this kind of journal is not peer review, and they didn't provide the adequate peer review or level of peer review, and they promise that this is the peer reviewed journals, but another important thing is that they are wrongly put the impact factor and citation metrics on that publishers. So I think important why it should avoid the submitting and the predatory publication, because of that many of authors first encountered that predatory publication when they receive the email and they requesting that the author submit an article on the other journal. So then email can extremely filtering. They make that promise to publish anything of the author, anything, published anything. You can submit, then they promise that we are ready to publish anything. So we should take care this kind of things. And another is another important, you could be important thing is what is the tool and strategies to avoid the predatory publishers, to avoid the predatory journals and publishers. There are a number of techniques that an author can do. So these can be simple as looking through the journal's archive for article, themes of topics, checking the APC, reviewing process, and these kind of things. So there are also several tools and checklists that are available for verifying and identifying the publisher. The first important is that thing is that, as I have already mentioned, that is the journals a member of COPE, Committee for Publication Ethics, and it is the open access scholarly publication, or is listed in any directory. Then another method is the tool is that there is one important website where that you can check the false and predatory and predatory journals. This journal is ThinkCheck Summit. It is non-profit website with a step-by-step guide to you for evaluating the journal. Then DOJ.U OpenSec journal. From there, you can also check the predatory journal. Then COPA also. Then also important database is Simago Journals Ranking. It is free of cost. It is a free online database that provide the measures of journal citation raised based on the database in the Scopus data in the Scopus database. And this is the open access. This is a free of cost. By using the Simago, you can can help you to determine whether a journal is actually indexed in a major citation database, and helpful you to identify other high quality of journals in your subject area. And another subscription based also tools like Cable's International Directory, JCR Journal Citation Report, also one of the important. Basically JCR is Journal Citation Report basically is a journal analysis tool that is currently owned and maintained by Collaborative like Web of Science, and JCR uses data from Web of Science, and it is a subscription based, and from where you can also get the high quality of impact factor journals, and also you can matrix of the journal. So I think these tools can be helpful to the authors or researchers to verify the wrong or bad or predatory or false journals, and also from you can verify the matrix for potential periodic journals and identify high quality of journals in your field. So I think I have covered almost all areas. So if any questions, then I will be happy to answer with you. Dr. Dev. Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. A few questions from the participant. I just shared with you, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Then the first question put by Dr. Mamata Brahmavat, that she wants to know how to start a journal. So first she get the RNI, and then she got the ISS number. What are WOS and MLA database?
Okay, I think it's a very good questions, and suppose anyone or any can want to publish your journals from the any institutions. Before the publishing, you must get the RNI from the RNI, and then you can you have to register with ISSN number, International Standard Serial Number, and the question is that from where you can get, I think. So NESCARE is providing the ISSN number. So the earlier NESCARE given the direct ISSN number to the publisher, but now before applying the ISSN number, they want to RNI, and also last part of the MLA, Modern Language Association.
Yes, sir. Now Padma Priya.
Okay, she can. Okay, you can. I think anyone can apply for the journal if you have a proper format of the journals. You have editorial board. You have different you are following the different protocols. So then definitely they can apply for the RNI. RNI actually this is a very hectic. Earlier it was using only for the newspaper. Now NESCARE ask the RNI. Before submitting the ISSN, for the submission of ISSN, you have to apply first RNI, and after getting the RNI number, then you will apply for the ISSN number. I
Thank
think
you,
I
sir.
hope.
Second
It's
one,
clear?
sir, Ingudam Haramba wants to know how to rank a journal in UGC care list.
Actually, I have already mentioned that the ranking of any kind of ranking is actually based on the impact factor. But the UGC has clearly, UGC care is clearly mentioned that so they are not ranking. They are not maintaining any kind of ranking. They are just maintaining this, that this is the journals means that this journal is follow the entire protocol, and they are and listed in the UGC care. So for the ranking of journals, there are different publisher, and then there are different organization. They are ranking of your journals based on the impact factor and citation analysis.
Okay. Sir,
Okay. I hope
another participant,
it is
Sarah
clear.
Rajak. Hello,
Pardon?
sir. Another participant, Shara Rajak, wants to know, recently there is a buzz that peer-reviewed journals are also considered. Is this true?
No.
Uh,
No.
Sir,
UGC has clearly mentioned in the clear that on the website, I forget the yeah. What was the question? Pardon?
sir, recently there is a buzz that peer-reviewed journals are also considered. Is this true?
Peer review journals are also considered
Yes, sir.
for the
Promotion and all.
for which purpose?
For API, sir.
No. UGC has clearly mentioned that only UGC care listed journals, only UGC care listed journal. It is clearly mentioned that, and if you go to the beta, 1 second. No, I think no. It is not. It
Okay,
is
sir.
clearly mentioned that, and I'm searching the UGC notice. It is mentioned on the website, and I think clause 1 or 2 of to that clearly mentioned that the only UGC listed care will be considered for any academic purpose. Okay, and otherwise I was trying to show the notice, but unfortunately, but you can find the on your website. It is clearly mentioned on the UGC notice, public notice, and that a clause 1 or 2, I think.
Sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Next.
One participant, Dr. Mamata Brahmavat, she wants to know that ISSN directly is to get is not possible. Is it correct, sir?
No. You can't get to the directly ISSN. Earlier it was there. Earlier, before 2016, sorry, 17, anyone can apply the ISSN number to the NestCare Delhi. But now uh, they have changed they have changed the policy regarding this ISSN, regarding the ISSN. So first you have to submit the application for RNI. After getting RNI, then you will get the ISSN number from the NestCare New Delhi. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, some more queries may be communicated with through your email, and you please share your email with us. Then we will provide it to the participant. On the part of the participant. Thank you very much, sir, for your very enriching us with all this, and we hope in future we will communicate with you for our clarification and many things. Thank you very much, sir.
Definitely.
Wish you
And,
healthy life, and if possible, sir, sometimes you visit our Barakbeli Hailakandi, and
yeah, I have definitely. I will be happy to visit in your valley, and I have I also visit in Assam University. There were one workshop. There was one workshop in Assam University, Silchar. But Hailakandi, I am not familiar with that. But one of the, I think. I forget the name. He was working in my university. He's from Hailakandi.
yes, sir, deputy registrar like that.
Yeah.
I know him. He's a very known fellow. Thank you, sir, and have a good night to you. And we'll keep communication with you regarding all this development.
Definitely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you, Dr. Dev and Dr. Chakrabarti and Dr. Gulabji for giving me an opportunity for speak something about the UGC care, about on the UGC care list. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Problem. Thank you, participants.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, sir.
I got regarding the question about the then some people said, I'm sorry for that. That it is the dated 14 June 19th, point 2 and 3.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Please noted that any publication in these journals will be not considered from any academic purpose, and please refer to the public notification of the UGC dated 14 June 2019, point number 2 and 3, available on the UGC care website.
Okay, thank you, sir.
For that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that.
I have received so many questions from the research scholar. Sir, हमारा पहले पब्लिश हो गया, अब वो लिस्ट से हट गया, अब क्या करें? और अगर पीयर रिव्यू है तो हम पब्लिश कर सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते हैं? So then any publish कर सकते हैं. The thing is that your paper will not consider for academic purpose. If you suppose for PhD purpose, two paper is required, then you can't get the benefit. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you, participants. So with this, our session is over for today. Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Sir, please share link. फीडबैक फॉर्म सर बारी बारी डिस्कनेक्शन हुए जा रहा है हेलो हेलो काइंडली शेयर फीडबैक फॉर्म अगेन
Please check your chat box.
Actually I'm so sorry there has been so much frequent disconnection that every time I miss it.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Extremely sorry.
Okay, it has been given. Please do it immediately.
Kindly resend. There is a very poor network. So the chat gets lost actually. Thank you so much.
Have you found it?
Yeah, I have found it. Thank you so much.
Please do it. Huh?
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
We are making end of this particular
Yeah.
session. Good night.
Good night. Thank you so much.